Hi, welcome back to Lovin Sheila, the podcast. I'm so excited to be with you today. It's been a couple weeks and I miss this place. I miss this. This is my happy place. This is my thing. And just sharing with you all sharing with you all just gives me so much life. And I have been so much has been going on. I think I've been in the process more than talking about loving Sheila and learning how to love Sheila. I think I've been out there and I have been doing it. I've been doing the things that I want to do and planning for my future and thinking about some things that I need to do. And right now, what I need to do is get to Paris for this rendezvous with Usher. So I am diligently working on finding someone to go with and making that happen because I want to make it happen. It's just a part of just some stuff that I need to do. So that's where we are right now. That's on my mind because as we'll talk about today, life is for living and I'm here for it. That's what I'm here for. So let me just dive right in. So since we've been together, I loaded up my son and he and I took a trip to Nassau and Baha Mar in particular, and we just enjoyed ourselves. We just went and we just took it all in, and just the process was great. Just the time together was absolutely wonderful. The scenery was awe-inspiring and it all inspired me. And quite frankly, I felt very liberated. I felt very free. I felt I have this kindred spirit there, and it just opens me up. And so you might have noticed some of you may follow me on social media, and I posted a lot of pictures. And my sister-in-law said it was a thirst trap pictures, and it wasn't meant to be, and by no means. But really, and I'll share it with you because why not? I'm free. I'm liberated. And I think I posted pictures that I may not have posted previously because, circumstances change. And so I'm free, I'm me, and I love me. And yeah, I love me. So here I am. So I was kind of like that and unapologetically. And what I learned is it feels good. Well, what I knew, and I guess what I embraced is it feels good to be free, to be unencumbered, to be unhinged, at the same time exercise control and know what you're doing and still staying focused, but at the same time knowing that you are free, you are an autonomous individual, and you have liberty. And that's what I exercise, I guess, my liberty. And it's so interesting because as I look back at my life, I see different things um, that reflect that in me. And I realized that for like the last 30 years, I've had a fascination with the Statue of Liberty. And God only knows why, but I think it's just the mere fact that it says liberty and that there is freedom within that. And the core essence of me is someone, fighting inside to just truly be who she is. And I've expressed to you all that I have not clearly identified that. I'm still searching. I'm still trying to uncover who I am. But it's becoming more and more real to me as I go through these processes, as I talk, as I go through my therapy, as I listen to my Dr. Cloud, as I listen to the Word of God, and just have conversations with my friends and my loved ones. And it starts to become more and more apparent the cycles that I've gone through in my life and the needs that I have. And right now, I am here for it and here to ensure that my pursuit of happiness is fulfilled. And that led me to review that episode that we did on the pursuit of happiness. And I've been doing so much talking over these last 18 episodes. Quite frankly, sometimes I forget all the things that I've said. And I noticed in that episode where I was taking emotional inventory and again stating how important emotional support is, and it is. And I'm doubling down on that because it absolutely is. Because I realize when I get it, when it's there, I feel so free, so alive, it reinvigorated. I feel like a superwoman. I feel like I can do anything. And it's amazing. And so when my tribe is here, when I feel like I'm being appreciated, when I feel like they get me and allow me to be me in the truest expression of me, then I feel as if I flourish. And so that's what I think I embraced during my time away is taking an emotional inventory, seeing where I am. I like to go, I call it sitting on the dock of the bay, and I like to go sit on the pier and reflect and listen to music. And in my reflection, in which I think is important to have some reflection to see where we're going, like I talked about in a couple episodes ago, where you might need to make adjustments, so you want to evaluate where you are along the way instead of waiting to the end. You might want to do it, like a halftime or whatever the case may be. So as I was reflecting, it was quite refreshing, I guess. There were tears. There was purging. There was letting go of some things that needed to be let go of. Maybe even some hopes or aspirations. Embracing things that might come. Taking things for what they are. Again, living in my truth, which is something we also talked about. Just living in my truth and facing my reality, and knowing that some things, I guess like I said previously, there's a time and a season for everything, and just try and live without regrets, but just understand these are all necessary parts of our story. And what happened there for me is my story became more vivid because I felt like I wasn't just cooped up and trying to recover and trying to do the work. Like I wasn't just sitting here studying and just working so hard to do the work, to feel and to be present and to heal and to be whole. It wasn't that I was in the lab, or just doing the work in the classroom. Now I was applying the work that I had done to living my life. And what I found is, just like I mentioned in The Pursuit of Happiness, and I had so much trouble saying no for so long. It's very difficult for me to say no. And I'm still working on my no's. And I remember, I noticed that I said we need to embrace yes, and we need to be available to yes. And so, things that maybe I would not have done when I'm in the lab or when I'm here just doing the work, I just made myself available to try different things. I didn't try any new foods, I don't think, but Jaden and I just really expressed ourselves. It really expressed ourselves, and I felt that we were in a yes mode. We were yes to trying new things. I was throwing caution to the wind and realizing that in my emotional inventory, what my capacity was, what my willingness is, and just embracing it. And it felt good. And I, for the first time in a long time, felt good with myself and empowered and strong and with vitality and all. And so this break for me was an opportunity for me to apply the things that I've been talking to you about: loving ourselves, taking time with ourselves, being present, saying yes, saying no, setting boundaries and doing what you want to do and making life what we want it to be and not what anyone else has dictated it to be or would like to see it as. Just really being free, being liberated. Um, yeah, and that's what it was, and that is freaking awesome. I'm gonna say it's freaking awesome. So I'm just happy to feel like on this journey I can report that the pursuit of happiness is that I'm living it. I'm not just talking about it, I'm living it, and that is wonderful. So for all of you who are watching, who are on this journey with me, I've watched a few of the episodes, and I see initially I felt like there was a lot of pain. There was a lot of like I called it excavating, getting to the heart of different things, and dealing with things like codependence and entitlement and harsh topics and things that, like I mentioned, for me, I did not want named with me. But in this process, in being vulnerable and being real and hoping that, I could help someone similar in like situations or just similar to me in how they approach life, as far as being free from the bondage that we've created for ourselves and trying to be perfect for everyone and trying to be the perfect wife, the perfect mother, the perfect entrepreneur or perfect employee, perfect sister, whatever, and trying to be perfect where we pretty much box ourselves and we're not even being authentic because we're being perfect. And along this journey, as I reveal all these what I consider truths, and often, frankly, I consider ugly truths, and that's why it was so difficult for me and so painful, because I have been sharing with you all the things and all the things that would make me feel insecure. And I didn't want to be insecure, and I didn't want to have low self-esteem or any of these things that some of this stuff would like categorize us as. But at times, if we're being honest, or if I'm being honest, I have been insecure or I have had trouble with self-esteem. And I'm just being honest, just like we all have some narcissistic characteristics and different stuff. So I've had those characteristics. And so being able to embrace it, to own it, to deal with it has given me a degree of liberty, a degree of freedom. And I want to continue down this road as we have revealed so many things, uncovered so many things, learned so many things. Now that we are applying them and we're seeing how they affect and impact our life and make it a more beautiful place. Because I mentioned before, this is the part, like in the movie The Pursuit of Happiness, this is the part, where it's stupid or whatever, and this is the part, well, this is the part where I feel that I get to live again. And that was a song that I was listening to when I was reflecting. There's a song, How Do You Mend a Broken Heart? And again, not that it's just broken or whatever. It wasn't the title, it was the content of the song. Because at the end, he's like, I want to live again. And that's how, I feel. And so in this pursuit of happiness, I feel alive, I feel awakened, I feel free to exercise the things that need to be exercised and to flesh out and to, I guess it's the period of manifestation. This is the manifestation for everything that I've hoped for, that I've prayed for the peace that I've longed for the healing that I've desired, for the wholeness that I've desired. I'm feeling that now is the time for it to manifest and for me to reap, some of the things that I've sown. And so it's important that we do the work. that we feel, that we process, that we are present, that we know, that we take inventory, that we are constantly aware, that we're adjusting, that we're pivoting when necessary, that we're giving ourselves grace. It's something I've been challenged with. Give yourself the love you need to make mistakes. It's okay, because you don't have to be perfect. I don't have to be perfect. But living a life where you feel you must be perfect and not allowing yourself to color outside of the lines from time to time or all the time, and just keeping yourself in this box, I don't think it's the healthiest form of living. And so that's what I learned. I'm not coloring within the lines right now. I'm not focused on that, but I'm focused on finding the joy in life that it has to offer. There's so many absolutely wonderful things. My son's starting the school that he always wanted to go to. The school that I wanted to go to be honest with you. That's where I wanted to be. And now my son is living that dream and what I love for him. And I guess maybe we're in a bit of the same places. He's jumping in. He's like here for it. He's interested in what it has to offer, everything. And that's how life should be approached. And now that we have been equipped, we've done the studying, we've prepared ourselves for this moment, right? I've prepared myself for this moment in time. And now it's like, what will you do with it? Will you be rigid, scared, timid, or will you embrace life, say yes to life, do something different, do something out of your comfort zone, trust God, trust yourself, okay? Again, that's a whole nother message. Trust yourself, trust your judgment, trust that you care for yourself, that you have taken the time to learn how to care for yourself. And so trust that the things that you do and the decisions that you make are you're considering yourself and you're doing the right things for you. So that comes down to really trusting yourself and knowing what your needs are. And so that's what I'm getting to. I'm learning who I am at the heart, and I'm building from that. Now, who am I? Clearly defined? It is not clearly defined. I had a friend say to me, you're becoming. And so I guess I'm becoming like Michelle Obama. I don't know it all yet. I haven't processed it all yet, but I'm processing, I'm computing, and I'm emerging, I guess, as just this free and liberated woman who is manifesting the life that she desires, and not passive. We talked about this, not really being passive about what I want in my life, but actually moving forward to try and manifest it. So that's where we are, and that's where I hope you are going with me. We're on a journey. I mean, like I said, if you look at the previous episodes, you will see we've come a long way. And the first time I went on my trip back in April, whatever, back to the Bahamas, and I was telling you about freeing my mind, and I guess that's where I was at that time. And now I feel freer, even freer than I was then, in my mind and in my thoughts and my soul and everything. So it's the journey is continuing. The marathon continues. We are getting there, and I'm happy for that. I'm here for this new journey, and I'm here to make it everything that it can be. And yeah, that's how I feel about that. So much more to go, but let's talk a little bit about something that I've invested my time in, because I have just a little cultural stuff. Like most women in the 90s, I was immersed in Sex and the City. So when they did this reboot, and just like that, I've been here for it. I watched it. I would get up 3 and 4 in the morning on Thursdays, and I'll watch it before I start work and all that kind of stuff. And I invested fully in it, and I invested fully in it. And I watched every episode, and sometimes a couple times. And it really wasn't because I liked it. It was because I was invested in it, and I was hoping for more. And so I watched the finale on Thursday, and I was thoroughly disappointed. That's all I wanted to say. And I guess that's what happens when you are invested in something and it just lets you down. And I just had to share that because I love, you know, Sarah Jessica Parker. I love the friend aspect. I love the support that I feel they give each other. I love the rawness of the relationships. I love the relationships. But this ending with Aiden talking about 5 years, her waiting for 5 years, I feel is freaking asinine. Pardon my language. It's ridiculous. And sisters, no, I don't think so. I mean, the other girl, she's waiting 5 months. Seema's waiting 5 months, and that's fine. Okay, but 5 years, we are not getting any younger. Life is for the living, and that was some nonsense. And I think that's why I was thoroughly disappointed. And, I have withheld any judgment on this thing for all this time. But at that point, I was just like, you guys are killing me with this. Not happy. Not happy with how that ended. Could have been so much more. It was a missed opportunity. And you have people like me, and have people like me. We're invested. We want more. And another thing, and I think all of us wanted to be Carrie back in the day or whatever. And it's interesting because I'm sure I wanted to be too, but I'm thinking, am I really Charlotte? Am I really Charlotte? Which is interesting, but kind of, sort of, I think I'm Charlotte, which is interesting. And that's probably a whole nother story. Something to think about. But just wanted to share my opinion on, and just like that, season 2. I am here for season 3 because I cannot stop, because we all know I'm very loyal, and sometimes I don't know when to stop. So I will be here for season 3, but y'all have to be better. You need to be better. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in to me today. Thank you for spending this time. Thank you for going on this journey with me. I hope you are too. I hope that you guys have done all this work and have excavated like me and have found some things out about yourself that you want to either like grow or that you want to kind of like get rid of. But at the same time, you're learning more about yourself so you can live your truth. You can face your reality, whatever it may be, and that you can live, not to be cliche, but live your best life, the best life for you. And that's what it's all about. That's what I'm trying to do, just trying to manifest things that make me happy and purge things and just really get to the peaceful place that I desire in my life. And so hopefully we get there together. Hopefully we can all make this happen. It is my desire that we all get there, that we all get to manifest our best life, that I get to manifest this rendezvous in Paris, and that things continue to progress and we continue to grow and share these things here on Lovin Sheila, the podcast. It's been great being with you today. Don't forget, go get your Lovin Meat Tank or tea. Get it at lonewolfbodywear.com. Use the promo code Lovin Sheila or podcast, and get your shirt. Make the affirmation. Let's continue loving ourselves. Let's do our best to stay focused on that. Don't forget, in everything that we're doing, make sure it's lining up with our boundaries and loving ourselves and taking care of ourselves and seeking the support we need and making sure that our needs are being met along the way, okay? And I think if we do that, we cannot go wrong. So thank you, take care, and I will see you on the next episode of Lovin Sheila, the podcast. Until then.